The wine tastes like iron. The air feels like lead. Every sweet word is a stone in my head. I remember the honey, the sting of the hive, the way that your fever kept me alive. But the nectar turned bitter, the garden turned gray, and I watched all the colors just bleed away. I'm washing my hands, but the feeling remains. A chemical burn running deep through my veins. We built us a temple on sinking sand, with a map of a country we never planned. Now I'm coughing up smoke from a fire you lit and trying to find some meaning in it. It's a tainted love, a poison well, a little bit of heaven and a whole lot of hell. You're the medicine that's making me sick, the slow burning flame on a short fused wick. I'm thirsty for water, but I'm drinking the rust, turning my heart into piles of dust. They say love is blind, but I see it too clear. The jagged edges and the cold, sharp fear. I'm addicted to the damage, I'm hooked on the bruise, but there's nothing left of me for you to use. It's a tiny love, a poison well, a little bit of heaven and a whole lot of hell. You're the medicine that's making me sick, the slow burning flame on a short fused wick. I'm thirsty for water, but I'm drinking the rust, turning my heart into piles of dust. It's in my blood. It's in the walls, tainted. Just leave me here in the rust, in my blood. stopped singing. They know something's wrong. The daylight is here, but the shadows are long. I woke up and reached for your side of the bed, but found a cold desert of silence instead. There's a hole in the sky where the gold used to be. Now the universe feels like it's weeping for me. The clock on the wall is just counting the grief, and every heartbeat feels like a thief. Now there's a black sun hanging over my head, shining a light on the things that we said. It's burning cold, it's a dark kind of glow, watching the only world I ever loved go. You were my morning, you were my bride. Now I'm just blinded by this midday night. Yeah, there's a black sun where you used to be. I walk through the garden we planted in June. Everything's dying a little too soon. The colors are muted, the vibrance is gone. It's hard to tell dusk from the break of the dawn. How do I breathe when the air is so heavy? How do I stop the collapse of the levee? They tell me that stars have to die to be born, but nobody told me how much I'd be torn between holding the ghost of the warmth that I knew and facing a heaven that's missing its blue. Now there's a black sun hanging over my head, shining a light on the things that we said. It's burning cold, it's a dark kind of glow, watching the only world I ever loved go. You were my morning, you were my bride. Now I'm just blinded by this midday night. Here there's a black sun where you used to be. No warmth on my skin, just the eclipse we're in. The sky is a bruise, and I'm the one you chose to lose. Total darkness under a black sun. I'm staring at the ceiling, chasing shadows in the dark, trying to find the rhythm of a slowly breaking heart. The ice is melting in a glass of what I shouldn't drink. It's the only way to quiet down the way I have to think. I wonder if you're out tonight or if you're home alone, waiting for a reason just to pick up your own phone. Because the silence is a weapon, and it's cutting through the night. I'm looking for a signal, just a flicker of a light. I know it isn't healthy, and I know it isn't right. just don't text me, tell me that you're lonely too. I don't need the truth, I just need a piece of you. Send a messy message that you'll probably regret. Anything to prove that you haven't finished yet. Let the whiskey be the courage that you never had before. Just drunk text me and walk back through the door. I'm scrolling through the pictures of the life we used to lead, when I love you was the only thing we ever had to read. Now the thread is frozen and the screen is cold and blue. A digital graveyard of the things I can't undo. Are you whispering my name into someone else's ear? Or are you just as haunted by the ghost of being here? I don't want the polished words, the hope you're doing well. I want the raw and broken parts you're terrified to tell. The late night desperation, the I miss you in the rain. Give me all the chaos, give me all your honest pain. So just drunk text me, tell me that you're lonely too. I don't need the truth, I just need a piece of you. Send a messy message that you'll probably regret. Anything to prove that you haven't finished yet. Let the whiskey be the courage that you never had before. Just drunk text me and walk back through the door. My battery is dying and the morning's moving in. The world is waking up and I'm losing once again. I'll keep the sound on loud just in case you lose your mind. Waiting for a message that I'm never gonna find. Just drunk text me. The curtains stay closed like a shield from the sun. I'm counting the battles I've already lost one by one. The ceiling is a canvas of everything I've missed, a checklist of reasons why I shouldn't exist. My phone is a graveyard of are you okay? But I'm buried too deep to have something to say. It's not that I'm angry, it's not that I'm mad. It's just this heavy silence is the best friend I've had. And I'm tired of trying to keep my head up when there's nothing but holes in the bottom of my cup. I'm alone and depressed in the wreckage of us, turning my memories and dreams into rust. The walls are closing in and the air is getting thin. I'm losing kitchen and stare at the floor. I don't even know what I'm looking here for. The taste of the water is metallic and cold, just like the stories that I've never told. I'm a master of hiding the cracks in my face, but I'm falling apart in this empty space. Is anyone listening? Does anyone care? Or am I just screaming at the empty air? The weight of the world is a mountain on my chest, and I'm just looking for a place to finally rest. I'm alone and depressed in the wreckage of us, turning my memories and dreams into rust. The walls are closing in and the air is getting thin. I'm losing the fight that I never could win. Don't tell me it's phases, don't tell me it's light, when I'm drowning in shadows in the middle of the night. Just a ghost in a body, a heart in a mess. I'm just alone and depressed. Alone, depressed. The silence is loud. I'm just a face in the crowd of the broken hearted, alone again. I watch the taillights fade into the rain, like red ink bleeding out inside my brain. I had a list of things to tell you on the porch, but I just stood there like a dying torch. My throat was tight, the air was getting thin. I let the silence win. I let the silence win. Now I'm screaming at the ceiling in the dark, wishing I could find that missing spark. Oh, the words I didn't say are drowning me tonight. They're heavy as a mountain, they're blocking out the light. I should have said I'm sorry, I should have begged you stay, but I watched the best of me just drive away. Now I'm a library of what ifs and could have beens, living in the wreckage of my quietest of sins. The words I didn't say are the ones that hurt the most. I'm rehearsing all my lines to an empty chair, running trembling fingers through the ghost of your hair. I tell you that I'm terrified of being on my own, that this house feels like a cage now, that it's not a home. I tell you that I'm broken, that I'm fragile, that I'm flawed, that I just gave a goodbye and a hollow little nod. They say that speech is silver, but silence feels like lead. It's a graveyard of the sentences I kept inside my head. I'm shouting at your voicemail, but I never press the key, because I love you feels like help me, and I'm too proud to be free. Oh, the words I didn't say are drowning me tonight. They're heavy as a mountain, they're blocking out the light. I should have said I'm sorry, I should have begged you stay, but I watched the best of me just drive away. Now I'm a library of what ifs and could have beens, living in the wreckage of my quietest of sins. The words I didn't say are the ones that hurt the most. I love you, I'm sorry, please come back. But the dial tone is the only thing that answers, just the words I didn't say, echoing. I checked the clock at 4 a.m. The shadows started crawling. I'm listening to the dial tone of the ghost that keeps on calling. I've got your old flannel hanging on the back of the bedroom door. It still holds the shape of someone who doesn't live here anymore. I'm walking through the grocery aisles, buying things you like. Then I catch my own reflection, and I'm frozen by the light. The space beside me in the bed is a canyon wide and deep. I'm wide awake and counting all the secrets that you keep. I'm dressed up for dinner that was canceled months ago. Just a shadow in the driveway with nowhere left to go. And I'm dying to meet you in the middle of a dream, to find the us that slipped away behind the silver screen. I'm starving for a hello, I'm thirsty for your ghost. I'm haunted by the version of the man I love the most. My pulse is just a hammer hitting nails into the floor. I'm dying to meet you at the threshold of the door, but you're never coming home. I went down to the station just to watch the trains go by, thinking maybe you'd be standing there, a twinkle in your eye. Rehearsed 1,000 speeches, I've polished every line to tell you how the sun went out the day you weren't mine. But the platform is a desert and the tracks are made of lead. I'm chasing down I'm still moving the chairs, so I don't see the gaps, tracing the outlines of our faded maps. The closet is half empty, a graveyard of cloth. I was the flame and you were the moth, but you didn't burn, you just flew toward the sun and left me here counting the damage you've done. I'm reaching for your hand in the middle of the night, but I'm just grabbing shadows and chasing the light. Now I'm living in the empty spaces you left behind, in the hollows of my heart and the corners of my mind. Every room is a desert, every hallway's too wide. There's nowhere for a broken spirit to hide. I'm filling up the Clouds are hanging heavy like a curtain on the street. I'm standing in the puddles where the oil and water meet. I've got a pack of 20 and a heart that's down to one, trying to find some flickering heat now that you are gone. The matchbox is a graveyard of the ones I couldn't light. Just a shaky hand and a lonely man in the middle of the night. I know the doctor told me it's a habit I should break, but it's the only thing that's burning slower than the sake. So I'm leaning on the brickwork, staring at the gray, watching all our promises just drift and wash away. And I'm smoking in the rain, trying to keep the cherry red, thinking about the bitter things and the words we never said. Every breath is harder, every drop is cold as stone. It's hard to keep a fire lit when you're standing all alone. The mist is in my lungs now, the water's in my eyes. I'm just a fool in the downpour, chasing embers in the skies. Yeah, I'm smoking in the rain. Your coat is in the hallway, still smelling like the fall. I'm waiting for a phantom ring or a shadow on the wall. But the sky is wide and open, and it's pouring on the flame. I'm shouting at the thunder, but it never says your name. Funny how the flavor is mostly ash and regret, but I'm not ready to go inside and face the silence yet. Inhale the memory, exhale the ghost. Funny how the things we love are what we burn the most. The paper's getting soggy and the getting hard to breathe in the rain, just me in the rain. I'm sitting in the kitchen where we used to talk till 3. Now the silence is the only thing that's keeping company. I saw your name flash on the screen, a ghost from months ago. Funny how you find the time when you got nowhere left to go. You say you're sorry, say you've changed, and everything is different now. But I'm the one who had to learn to live without you somehow. You're looking for the person that you left behind that night, but I burned that bridge to pieces just to give myself some light. So don't you come crawling back and tell me that you're hurting. Don't act like you're the victim while the tables are still turning. You say I'm being cold, like I'm the one who's being cursed, but you don't get to blame me, 'cause you broke me first. Yeah, you're the one who walked away and left me in the dirt. So don't tell me it's heavy, 'cause you broke me first. I spent 100 nights just wondering what I did so wrong, while you were out there moving on and singing someone else's song. I had to glue the fragments back, a version you don't recognize. I see right through the missing you that's hiding in your eyes. You needed me to fix you, so I gave until I had no more. Then you found someone better and you showed me to the door. It's a bittersweet feeling, knowing I don't need you anymore. Watching you realize you've lost the only thing worth fighting for. You can say you miss what we had, you can cry a river of regret, but some fires leave a scar that even time can't quite forget. So don't you come crawling back and tell me that you're hurting. Don't act like you're the victim while the tables are still turning. You say I'm being cold, like I'm the one who's being cursed, but you don't get to blame me, 'cause you broke me first. Yeah, you're the one who walked away and left me in the dirt. So don't tell me it's heavy, 'cause you broke me first. You broke me first. I'm finally whole without you. Yeah, you broke me first, but I'm the one who's finished now. Still trying to find a version of us I haven't ruined yet. The house is a museum of the things we didn't say. I'm just a ghost walking through the halls of yesterday. They say time heals, but time is just a slow moving knife, carving out the spaces where you used to be my life. You can shatter a window, you can tear down a wall, you can watch a whole kingdom crumble and fall. But there's a specific kind of silence, a specific kind of dark. 'Cause nothing in this world, nothing breaks like a heart. It doesn't make a sound. It just falls apart in the night, leaving you reaching for a memory that's lost its light. I saw your sister's name pop up on my phone today. I almost answered just to hear what she wouldn't say. Does your room still smell like the cedar and the rain? Or have you scrubbed away every single trace of my name? We were a masterpiece until we started pulling at the threads. Now we're just two different stories in two different beds. It's not a clean break, it's a jagged, uneven edge. I'm still standing here, right on the ledge, waiting for the impact, waiting for the end. But a heart keeps on beating even when it won't mend. You can shatter a window, you can tear down a wall, tracing the outlines of where you used to lay. The silence is louder than the words we couldn't say. I memorized your laughter like a prayer I used to keep. Now I'm just a ghost watching a memory fall asleep. You're moving on in colors while I'm fading into gray, searching for a version of us that didn't drift away. And I'd give anything to feel a little heartless, to find a way to make this hollow heart feel worth it. But every breath is heavy with the weight of used to be. And I'm drowning in the spaces where you're no longer with me. I thought our love was gold, but it was just a gilded mess. Now I'm learning how to live while feeling less than heartless. I passed that coffee shop where we talk until the dawn. The world keeps spinning forward, but my feet are stuck on gone. They say that time's a healer, but it's just a slow motion thief, stealing every piece of you and leaving only grief. I'm checking my reflection for a spark I used to know, but I lost it in the shadows when you let the handle go. Is there a place where the longing finally ends, where we're more than just two strangers who used to be more than friends? I'm tired of the almost and the should have beens at night, trying to find the courage just to turn on the light. Yeah, I'd give anything to feel a little tracing the outlines of where you used to lay. The silence is a language I'm learning every day. I keep the porch light on like a fool's gold hope, while I'm hanging by a thread on a frayed end rope. They say time is a healer, a gentle kind of thief, but it only stole the joy and left the jagged grief. I'm staring at the mirror, but I don't see a face, just a hollowed out reminder of a life I can't erase. Now I'm wearing this heart, the scar, a map of every place you tore me apart. It's the beat that's broken, the pulse that's blue, a permanent mark of a temporary you. You're a ghost in the hallway, a sting in the air. I'm reaching for a hand that's no longer there. Yeah, I'm living with the heart, the scar. I saw your car today, or at least I thought I did. I felt that old familiar panic that I usually keep hid. Funny how a color or a certain shade of gray can turn a doing fine into a crumb ruin today. It's not a wound that's bleeding, it's a wound that's closed. But the skin is thin and tight where the damage shows. I'd rather have the pain than to feel nothing at all. 'Cause at least it proves you happened, even if I had to fall. So I'll wear this heart, the scar, a map of every place you tore me apart. It's the beat that's broken, the pulse that's blue, a permanent mark of a temporary you. You're a ghost in the hallway, a sting in the air. I'm reaching for a hand that's no longer there. Yeah, I'm living with the heart, the scar. It's faded, but it's heavy. It's quiet, but it's loud. I'm just another shadow, lost inside the crowd, with a heart the scar. Yeah, I'm still wearing your mark. The party's screaming loud, but I'm underwater still. So a lonely kind of pill. I'm leaning on a wall in a room full of your friends, watching how the story of us finally ends. You're laughing at a joke, throwing back your head, while I'm dying over every word we left unsaid. On a satellite spinning out of your reach, a lesson in losing that you didn't have to teach. The distance between us is only 3 feet, but it feels like a desert. It feels like defeat. Oh, babe, and I've never felt so alone, with you standing right there, breathing in the ghost of you, gasping for some air. I'm a stranger in your shadow, a name you don't repeat, just a heart that's still breaking to a hollow sounding beat. You're 1,000 miles away, in the middle of the zone, and I've never felt so alone. I remember when your touch was a map back to my soul. Now I'm just a fragment trying to feel whole. I check my phone for nothing, just to look like I'm okay, while the color of the evening fades into a dirty gray. You look right through my eyes, like I'm made of window pane. I'm standing in the sunshine, but I'm shivering in rain. Is it worse to be lonely when you're actually by yourself, or to be a dusty book left forgotten on your shelf? I'm screaming in the silence, I'm begging for a sign, but you've already erased the life that used to be mine. And I've never felt so alone, with you standing right there, breathing in the ghost of you, gasping for some air. I'm a stranger in your shadow, a name you don't repeat, just a heart that's still breaking to a hollow sounding beat. You're 1,000 miles away, in the middle of the zone, and I've never felt so alone, so alone. The lights are coming up, and I'm heading for the door, realizing I don't belong to you anymore. Yeah, I've never felt so alone, just a shadow on the stone. I finally took your picture off the bedside table frame, but the sun has faded everything around it just the same. The wallpaper is brighter where your smile used to be. Now it's just a square of light that's mocking me. I thought I cleaned the kitchen, I thought I swept the floor, but I still find your silver hair tucked behind the door. It's not the fire that kills you, it's the way the smoke remains. It's the phantom limb that's reaching out to try and catch the reins. I'm moving on paper, I'm doing well in ink, but I'm still drowning in the quiet every time I stop to blink. It's the residual damage, the cracks I didn't see, the way you're still a part of how I breathe and how I speak. It's a slow burn disaster, a ghost in the machine, living in the wreckage of the places we have been. I fixed the broken windows, I patched the holes you made, but the foundation is shaking, and I'm still so afraid of the residual damage. The part of me you took that I can't claim. I went to buy our coffee and I ordered for two. I had to tell the barista I don't know what I'm doing. It's the muscle memory of a heart that hasn't learned that the bridge is down to ashes and the map has all been burned. I'm a house that's standing tall, but the structural integrity is failing every time someone mentions you to me. They say give it time, like time's a master of the trade, but time just shows the depth of every debt that hasn't been paid. The earthquake ended months ago, the ground has settled still, but I'm waiting for the aftershock against my own damn will. It's the residual damage, the cracks I didn't see, the way you're still a part of how I breathe and how I speak. It's a slow burn disaster, a ghost in the machine, living in the wreckage of the places we have been. I fixed the broken windows, I patched the holes you made, but the foundation is shaking, and I'm still so afraid of the residual damage. It's the stain on the carpet, it's the ring on the wood, it's the how are you doing that I never understood. It's just residual damage. Yeah, it's all that's left of us, just dust. The suitcase by the door is looking heavier than lead, carrying the weight of every word we never said. I'm memorizing how the light catches in your eyes before we trade our forever for these hollow point goodbyes. I used to know your heartbeat like the tempo of a song, but now the melody is broken. just gasping for a prayer. It's a long way down from the pedestal we built, falling through the cracks of all this could have been and guilt. So goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my sweetest friend. I never thought I'd be the one to write the bitter end. You were the ink in every line, the breath in every plea. Now I have to learn to be a person without we. I'll keep the scars you gave me just to prove that you were real. Because goodbye, my lover, is the only way to heal. Do you remember that first summer when we thought we'd beat the odds? Two kids playing house and acting like we were the gods. Now the garden's overgrown and the windows have all blurred, and I love you is a language that we've simply just unlearned. I'll leave the keys upon the counter, leave the memories on the floor. I can't bear to see you waving as I'm walking out the door. Maybe in another life the timing would be right. Maybe in another world we wouldn't have to fight. But in this one, the sun is setting, cold and golden deep, and I have promises to break and lonely miles to sleep. So goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my sweetest friend. I never thought I'd be the one to write the bitter end. You were the ink in every line, the breath in every plea. Now I have to learn to be a person without we. I'll keep the scars you gave me just to prove that you were real. Because goodbye, my lover, is the only way to heal. Goodbye. I'm letting go of the thread. The house is quiet now, just like you said. Goodbye, my lover. The piano's out of tune and the dust is settling deep on all the promises we made but weren't meant to keep. I find your hairpins in the drawer like little silver knives, cutting through the wreckage of our intertwined lives. I'm talking to the ceiling just to hear a human voice, but the echoes only remind me that I never had a choice. The calendar's frozen Tuesday in July, before the well of us went quiet and the spirit went dry. This is my lone lament, my song for the wall, the sound of a mountain beginning to fall. I'm singing to the rafters, I'm crying to the floor, waiting for a footstep that won't reach the door. The stars are just pinpricks of ice in the blue, and I'm just a prayer that didn't get through. It's a long, slow surrender to the scent of your ghost on a shipwrecked heart on a forgotten coast. I went to buy the groceries, and I almost bought your bread. Then I remembered all the bitter things the silence said. The neighbors ask about you, and I have to look away, 'cause forever turned to never in the smoke of just a day. I'm a map with no landmarks, a book with no end, trying to find the lover in the ashes of a friend. Is there a place where the lost things go, where the fire still burns underneath the snow? I'd walk through the embers, I'd crawl through the rain, just to feel something other than this hollowed out pain. But the sky is a vacuum and the night is a cage, and I'm just a sentence on a tear-stained page. This is my lone lament, my song for the wall, the sound of a mountain beginning to fall. I'm singing to the rafters, I'm crying to the floor, waiting for a footstep that won't reach the door. The stars are just pinpricks of ice in the blue, and I'm just a prayer that didn't get through. It's a long, slow surrender to the scent of your ghost on a shipwrecked heart on a forgotten coast. Lament, the melody's breaking. Lament, the soul is still aching, just a soft fading note in a world without you. Coffee's getting cold on your side of the table. I'm staring at the door, wishing I was stable. You're packing up the years like they're just heavy glass, counting down the seconds until we're in the past. I'm reaching for your hand, but I'm grasping at the air. You're standing right in front of me, but you aren't really there. Don't tell me that it's for footsteps hit the street, and now I'm just a memory that you'll never have to meet. Please don't leave, but you already did. Found a Polaroid tucked inside a dusty book. It took a second, then it's all it took to see that version of us glowing in the grain. Before we learned the vocabulary of pain, your hand was in my pocket, my head was on your chest. We hadn't put our promises to the ultimate test. Now the mirror shows a stranger I don't know, and I'm wondering where the hell did all that magic go? Back when we were young, we were bulletproof and gold. We had a story that would never, ever get old. We drive until the road ran out, chasing down the sun. Back when we were everything, back when we were one. Now I'm standing in the wreckage of the fire we had, trying to remember how to love you like I did back then. The city looks the same, but the lights have lost their grip. Every corner is a stage where we used to sit. Now we're careful with our words, like we're walking on thin ice, paying for a future at a heavy, heavy price. I miss the way you'd laugh until you couldn't catch your breath, before we started worrying ourselves half to death. Time is a thief, and it stole the way you looked at me. It traded all our always for what used to be. I'd give up every tomorrow just to have one yesterday, when we didn't have the baggage that we carry anyway. Back when we were young, we were bulletproof and gold. We had a story that would never, ever get old. We drive until the road ran out, chasing down the sun. Back when we were everything, back when we were one. Now I'm standing in the wreckage of the fire we outrun, trying to remember how to love you like I did back then. Close your eyes, can you see it too? That version of me, that version of you. We were so young, we were so sure. I wish we were them, just a little bit more. The sun is setting, but I'm still in the dark. The house is quiet, and it's leaving its mark. I keep keep checking the door, like I'm waiting for a sound. But the only thing I hear is my heart hitting the ground. I thought I was stronger, thought I'd finally moved on. But the shadows grow longer now that you're really gone. I'm a master of faking, a pro at the I'm fine, but I'm running out of reasons, and I'm running out of time to convince myself that I'm doing okay when the world turns to gray at the end of the day. And here I am, just lonely again, back in the place where the nightmares begin, tracing the ghost of your hand in the sheets, hearing your name in the rhythm of the streets. I'm a king on a throne, built of nothing but dust, learning that forever was just a word for we must. Yeah, it's a familiar friend, this hollowed out pain, just me and the silence, lonely again. I saw your favorite book on the shelf today, and for a second the sorrow just drifted away. But then the reality hit like a wave on the shore, and I realized I won't see your smile anymore. I'm tired of the sorries, and the you'll find another. Like one heart can simply be swapped for each other. Is there a map for this wilderness, a light for this dark, or am I just a wanderer with a hole in my heart? I've walked these same circles 1,000 times before, but tonight I can't find a way out of the door. And here I am, just lonely again, gates locked, the gardens trimmed and green, the polished chrome of you and I was all that could be seen. But the weeds grew through the floorboards, and the rough began to leak, and the language that we used to speak grew tired, old, and weak. Now there's rust upon the memories, and the pain is peeling back. I'm just a collection of the things I couldn't track. You can't drive a car that's missing all its wheels. You can't find the rhythm when you've forgotten how it feels. I'm standing in the center of the wreckage and the chrome, trying to find a piece of us that still feels like a home. Oh, my heart is a junkyard, a graveyard of the almost, full of twisted metal frames and the shadows of our ghosts, piles of broken promises and engines that won't start. I'm selling off the pieces of a fractured, weary heart. It's messy and it's heavy and it's lonesome through and through. Just a field of jagged iron where I used to carry you. There's a radio that's static, playing songs from 3 years back. A shattered windshield view of every dream we had to pack. I try to find a spark plug, try to jumpstart what is dead, but I just end up cutting open my own hands instead. People drive right past me, they don't like the way it looks to see a love that ended like the last page of the books. One man's treasure is another man's regret. I'm surrounded by the things that I haven't finished yet. You left your keys in the ignition, you left the headlights on, but the battery is empty and the driver's long since gone. Yeah, my heart is a junkyard, a graveyard of the almost, full of twisted metal frames and the shadows of our ghosts, piles of broken promises and engines that won't start. I'm selling off the pieces of a fractured, weary heart. It's messy and it's heavy and it's lonesome through and through. Just a field of jagged iron where I used to carry you. Nothing here is moving, everything is still. I'd fix it if I could.